In the beginning, some say, there was nothing. Then God created paradise. And in that paradise, he created the first people. But soon, those people broke the rules and were thrown out. Ever since, we have been trying to get back to paradise. For centuries, writers and artists have imagined their own ideal worlds, and the great thinkers have described their utopias. But now in the 21st century, there are people who are actively constructing these new worlds. They are the next generation of pioneers, pushing back the frontiers of a new civilization and having to determine how to build healthy, functioning societies from nothing.
I would dream about, standing in this, in the darkness, in a world that had nothing in it, in an empty world, and being able to just create things, just using my mouse or by moving my hands.
그런 부조리, 현실에 있는 여러 가지 그 모순, 부조리 등등을 좀 줄이고 좀 논리적이고 합리적인 사회.
We want to create a world that the players would govern themselves, that they would build their own societies within, and they would create their empires within our space.
Virtual worlds are online simulations of imagined or real places. And now, technology has allowed the first settlers in these online communities to truly interact with each other, to work, to play, and to love. This online interaction might even come to change how we perceive the real world.
They're the last of the public spaces now. I mean, more and more cities are eliminating public spaces. By that, I mean spaces where people can communicate and exchange ideas. We're down to like shopping malls at this point, where people can actually get together and communicate. So these are the last of the public spaces, and they have to be protected at all cost.
We will conduct so much of our times and lives in virtual worlds that I think we'll come out into the real world and do the things that we can only do in the real world, and those things will be more magical. Cities in the future, I think, will be more like parks and museums, because the need to get together and get in a 80-story office building to do business will be completely removed.
Today, there are 70 million people who spend time in virtual reality on a daily basis. Predictions say that by 2011, 80% of people online will have their own character or avatar in one or more worlds. The biggest worlds are War of Warcraft, with 10 million playing and fighting avatars, Habbo Hotel, where 8 million avatars can mingle with their friends, Lineage and Nicktropolis, with 4 and 5 million respectively, and the well-known Second Life, where 3 million digital entities are building a life for themselves.
At some point, virtual worlds are going to have your medical records. They'll have your private history. They'll have everything about your friends and your social network and your bills, and all of these things will have virtual world versions.
This is the story of what happens when you try to design a utopia. The tensions between the old world and the new, the battle between authority and democracy, and the most fundamental question, even in our customized ideal world, can we ever truly be free?
I think we want the people who have control of the hard drives and the databases and the power button to have a real set of limits on their power.
ready for me?
I'm ready. Just like that. Very good.
I don't want to go in the pool either.
So, Deborah, how do you feel about this business?
I'm looking forward to seeing the end results, because I've seen the process as it's been born from an idea to this, to the next level. And it's exciting because it's not been done before. And he's like cutting edge. I think that's really exciting.
Because when you married him, he was a plumber, wasn't it?
Yes, he was. What am I doing with this, honey?
My head.
Oh, this is your... Yes, he was. And he was a very good plumber. But he wasn't a happy plumber. I want him to be happy. And if he wasn't happy, I wasn't happy. So...
From pliers to pixels, I like to say.
Yeah, plumbing is a hard job, and took him away, you know, from us for long periods of time during the day, and he'd come home hot and tired and sweaty, and he wasn't happy. Bottom line, you know, he wanted to be using his creativity. There's not so much you can do with plumbing that's creative.